Hello, good evening, class. For my discussion board number 2, we are taking a look at Ms. Patel's what is the best way to address our problem of such diverse learners. So, Ms. Diaz has one approach, and Mr. Yang has a second approach. Ms. Diaz's approach speaks on splitting up the students by their academic success. So, the high proficient students are in one group with one teacher, the proficient students are with the second teacher, the third teacher may have the average group of students, and the fourth teacher might have the below average group of students. Now, we are segregating our students, and I really don't like that idea because you're going to make that student feel like they're less than, they're not academically worth the other teacher's time or the peer's time because that they are so sectioned off during a class period. I know we're at a distance learning, so it doesn't play so much in effect, but if we're in the classroom setting and I can't intermingle with the student throughout the day because he's at one off with this one higher performing group of students and I'm here with the lower performing group of students, that makes it feel like they're two separate people, that they can't belong together. To add to that, I also feel that we learn a lot from our peers. So when you put a bunch of smart people, they may learn, you know, a lot from each other. But if you intermix it with a proficient student that may have an interest or knowledge on a topic that none of those others higher proficient students may have, they're not getting that growth and opportunity to learn. Same thing with those proficient students. They may not get the opportunity to learn from the higher proficient students just because they're segregated. Uh, I I would say I look at our discussion boards. We are in a diverse learning um, background right here. We all come from different intelligences, if that's a word, in this class. More people may have more funds of knowledge on a certain subject than I do. I read, the two peers' response. I do learn a lot from what they have to say, and I take it in consideration when I'm going through the homework or keeping that as knowledge and funds of knowledge for my future endeavors. So I definitely don't like Miss Diaz's approach. For Mr. Yang, I do love his approach because it really does get the students to have a wide range of individual abilities. So you have a lot of individual strengths and weaknesses in one group. Now it's on those peers, the students, to build upon those strengths and weaknesses. I feel the proficient, below average, average students will learn a lot from the proficient and high, above average students. Sorry, I made a mistake saying that, above average. High proficient students. And again, something that the high proficient student uh, may know a lot of stuff, but he may be missing one thing that the average or below average students may know. And if they were to work together, learn together, then that can close the gap between each other. However, the constraints that I see in both, or let's go with Mr. Yang's. The constraint I see with Mr. Yang's is that sometimes those higher achieving students may feel like if I'm put in a room with students that are lackadaisical and do not want to work, it might bring me down, or I might want to take the day off on this assignment and not really care to do it. So you might be hurting those high proficient to proficient students. And again, those below average and average students may think I can't keep up with these high achieving academic students, so they may feel than less than again. So it's really it's a teeter totter on how the students really take on the approach. I guess it depends on the teacher how they teach that diverse learning. Does the age level of children change with their needs? Yes, I do believe the age level does change with their students' needs. Just because, example, special ed students, when they're young, they may need more accommodations and support like aids and modifications. But as they grow and learn more and learn to become more independent and learn routines, they do gain knowledge and funds of knowledge and are able to perform off of that. So I feel like the age level of need does change as the kids do get older. They may need more or less depending on the rigor of their challenges. And that concludes my video. You guys have a good night.